Hi, good afternoon. It's James here from Sunseeker Southampton. I'm down in our Poole yard today, home of Sunseeker Poole, next door to the factory shipyards, and we're going to take a look around this 2013 Sunseeker Portofino 40. Turn it around so you can see the outside profile of this boat. Fantastic model for us. Launched in 2013, running through to late 2015. We built around 85 hulls. Hugely popular boat, and it's a shame that we can't supply these new to the market today. Really starting to fetch a premium price, these boats. Condition is everything, so something with a high spec, low hours, well maintained such as this really isn't on the market for very long. So this is a 2013 one owner boat, just come to market, based always locally here on the south coast, and you'll see immediately here the optional black hull band which runs all the way through from bow to stern, with that lovely black boot top stripe just above for a little bit of detailing. Hides the window line on this boat, so you'll see, we get up close, this beautiful glass window that runs all the way down the hull. Lets a lot of natural light down into the cabins below. Also a really aggressive look to the boat if you've got the white finish, which is the standard hull colour. It's a very high spec boat, so built always with one mind that it could go to the Med in the future, so we'll point out some features as we go around. So currently she's ashore here in our yard in Poole, and of course we can prepare fully for the season with servicing and anti-fouling etc, so that it really will be a turnkey boat come the beginning of the season. She's powered by a pair of Volvo D6 330 diesel engines, so it's a 6-cylinder diesel engine, gives a top speed around 35-36 knots on this boat. It's a great performance. It's a typical deep V Sunseeker hull. It's a great sea keeping, really aggressive if you want to throw it into turns and drive it with one eye on entertainment, but equally knock it back to 20-22 knots and it's burning around 65 litres an hour. Very efficient cruise speed, and it becomes much more of a practical family cruiser that you can of course stay away for a few days on. So on the back here we've got Volvo's Duopop stern drives. This particular boat has the option also fitted for the factory joystick, which allows these drives to steer independently, and you get a lot of the benefit that you would from a pod drive, with the benefit obviously of being able to wind the drives up to reduce your draft. Have a look across the back, we've got trim tabs which are factory fit, and the optional extended GRP bathing platform. So this isn't a high-low platform, which is also available as an option on certain models. But if you wish to carry a large tender, we can do a centre mount passerelle that fits up just where the name is there, and that would then allow you the optional reach out and launching for something say up to about 150 kilos, little tender with an outboard motor. Alternatively, you could look at something like a Hurley-Davidson system which bolts on the bathing platform and allows launch and recovery of something a little bit bigger than a typical air deck tender. You see, walking around the outside, hull condition is very good. Not being exposed to the UV degradation you get down in the south of France or the warmer climates. Very tidy boat. Lots of shine in that gel coat. Saying it hasn't yet been fully prepared for the season, so we'll just walk down the other side so you can see just how clean this boat really is. Very nice indeed. Little bit of scratching here, which would, a lot of that would buff out with a light compound just from where the fenders have been sat, but no nasty cracks or scrapes where it's been run down a pontoon or a careless owner. You say this chap is fastidious about how he's kept his boats. No dents in the rubbing straight around the back here. Lovely quality Sunseeker stainless steel band running all the way around the hull. So let's head on up and look inside. So you have a teak finish here on the bathing platform, natural wood, which is all in good shape. Can't see any obvious lifting planks, or again damage from exposure to UV, etc. Got this lovely raised embossed name there in the middle. See carbon fibre detailing. This is a wrap that Sunseeker fitted to the mullions, and that runs all the way down the roof line. head on up forward. You see obviously the owner's taking great care to keep the seagulls off with these temporary storage wires running across the deck. Very, very high quality, these boats. Really, they were expensive for the factory to build. They used to say to us that they actually lost money on every one of these that they constructed. It was great for us as a distributor. Entry level into the brand, they were around £500,000 retail, fully spec'd, so great saving on the pre-owned market today. This particular boat asking currently 339,950 tax paid pounds. Just show you through some of the features. So we've got a nice stainless steel Lumar anchor winch here, galvanised anchor. Have a look in here. Good sized fender locker, so sectioned off there with room to store say half a dozen fenders for easy access, not blocking up the rest of the cockpit lockers. Lovely quality here on the cleats with say Sunseeker embossed logos. Lift up optional backrest here for bow sunbathing cushions, and a premium AV pack throughout. So she's got big speakers up here on the foredeck with their own little remote control tucked under the cover there. So you've got a complete zone up here as well as in the cockpit and downstairs. It's a fabric roof with a vinyl on the outside and a soft lining inside. Electric operation, so of course you can open it to whichever position you wish. Very very versatile, allows you to make the most of the weather changing here if you're based in the UK. Crack the roof open when the weather allows and push button and you're instantly undercover. Simrad premium pack for navigation, so we've got the large chart plotter we'll see downstairs, and of course a radome antenna there, sensor spotlight, remote control, and these dummy domes. So we've got black painted domes, and you'll see the two aerials there matching second aerial, just to give a little bit more of an aggressive look up top. Come around, you notice one criticism, small criticism on the 40s. The side decks are quite narrow for a boat like this, but I have to say the positive is the space you gain in the cockpit as a result. And given how often you actually spend walking up and down side decks, there's plenty of handrails, and it certainly isn't unusable in any shape or form. Lots of handrails here, if you see down the roof, allowing very safe passage from bow to stern. Good sized steps down both sides here onto the platform, and we'll head on inside and take a look at what we've got in the interior. Winter storage cover here, just black vinyl, sorry, canvas. It's in reasonable shape. Of course you'd have a new one made for a couple of £1,000 with new windows and velcro and what have you, so it's more than serviceable as a winter storage cover. And we head inside. You see this great expanse. It's a really nice cockpit on a 40. Very social, combined seating, clever wet bar here over on the port side, and then in the aft we've got a lovely sun pad. A bit hard to see here with the covers on, but tucked behind this backrest cushion there's a sunbed that goes full width across the boat. Of course this backrest cushion drops all the way down flat to give you this huge double 6-foot sun pad. Storage underneath, so again more storage for fenders and ropes and what have you in some aft lockers. Big one under the back seat here which will take a life raft. And again all the way through this seating here on the starboard side, storage underneath. So it's a very practical boat as well as great aesthetics. Fixed single leg stainless steel table, of course opening up, lovely piece of teak here, adjustable height. And if we look across the other side at the wet bar, we've got the optional electric griddle which will work off shore power or generator. Of course the sink, which was a factory standard fit, and then here a top loading cool box. A little bit more practical than the front loading, just means when you've been to sea nothing empties onto the floor when you pop the door open. Lots of handy storage, battery switches full to hand as you walk firstly on board to the boat. Take very high-end quality here, stainless steel. Everything's made in-house for these, from stainless, upholstery, wiring, etc. Teak's all in great shape, so we've got factory fit standard teak here in the cockpit. I'm having a look round again. Other than perhaps a clean and brighten, just to bring it back up to a uniform colour. We are in the middle of winter here in the UK, and it's all still very much apparent it's been loved and maintained by the owner. So it's a brokerage boat. We're selling on behalf of the owner, just deciding what he's going to do next. So we would encourage very much a viewing to come and see just how nice she is. And honestly, I have to say, the first person that gets on board that wants to buy this particular model will more than likely make an offer on this boat. It's a very clean example, being maintained by Sunseeker Poole here from new, full service history. And if we look up here on the dash, only 235 hours showing on the engine clock, so very little usage, and it's reflected really in how good the condition is. Upholstery wise, we've got this lovely silver coloured Silvertex upholstery. It's a very neutral colour. You could dress it up with some funky scatter cushions if you want to do something a little bit out there, but all in good condition. I can't see any sagging or tearing on the stitching, so it's all been very well cared for, and it's protected obviously by the roof here up above us, which is this electric sliding system. There's a big rubber seal on the front of this roof, so whilst it's never guaranteed to be watertight in here, if you look carefully you can see daylight through there. It does keep the elements out, and it does mean that if you're using this in the winter, you put a little electric bar heater up here, or open the hatch and run the diesel heating downstairs. You've got a couple of outlets up here in the cockpit as well, linked into the heating system, so it is usable as a 365-day-a-year cruiser. We have a little look at the helm. We've got this seat cushion that drops down to a bolster for sitting or standing, and underneath the seat there is a drop-down teak step, which just gives you a bit more height to look out over the top of this windscreen frame at the top there, if you want to get the wind in your hair when you're driving. And looking at the helm here, lovely chrome steering wheel, optional carbon fibre dash package here, so we've got this lovely exposed weave carbon across all the main surfaces. The multifunction Volvo gauges up the top there, which give you temperatures and pressures. We've got speed and depth. Upgrade from the 2.5 inch to the 7 inch Volvo colour display there for the engines, gives all sorts of useful information on engine parameters. Of course, an autopilot down here. Lovely push button LED switches here. Things like delayed wiper functions, battery link switches, bilge pumps, what have you. Hydraulic trim tabs, of course a bow thruster control there, and remote control for the spotlight. We look across here, we've got Volvo standard fly-by-wire throttle controls, so very much a one finger in and out of gear, very easy for manoeuvrability. Obviously with those two sticks back in the neutral position, we can just activate our joystick here, which was a £13,000 option from the factory. That enables those drives to steer independently, so we push the top and that engages sideways movement on the boat, twist the top at the same time, and it will then steer bow or stern across whilst moving sideways. So it's a very clever system. Just takes all the stress out of docking for those that aren't on boats every day like we are. Very much intuitive, no matter what your experience. We point out on the AV, so we've got obviously the premium package, involves some extra speakers here, along with the standard ones up there in the arch coaming. And over on the port side, we've got the subwoofer, and there's an amplifier hidden away as well to go with that. We have a look under here, you'll see a Fusion head unit with a CD player, and then we've got a little iPod dock there as well. It's a sort of graphite grey sprayed finish here on the dash. And you'll notice here in front of the companionway hatch, we've got this glass skylight that runs all the way across, letting a lot of natural light down through the windscreen into the cabin below. Notice up forward there, you've got the windscreen demisters, which are plumbed into the diesel heating system. That was an option the owner selected, given the boat's going to be used here in the UK. She's got reverse cycle air conditioning as well as heating, so 2 separate systems. Gives you the efficiency of a diesel heater and also the premium option to use aircon either for heating or certainly for the cooling side on the warmer days. Works off the generator, so it's got 5 kilowatt generator fitted down in the engine room, and of course will run off the shore power as well with a 32 amp supply. If we have a look inside now, so we've got the Ken Freevox signature look here on the wood finish. So it's a 2-tone wood. The light wood is an egg grey, and then we've got the figured Bengay as well. So wood floor here was an upgrade from just what was in the galley area all the way through the main saloon here. So it's got this lovely inlay detailing. So super yacht finish was a premium for this model. Central saloon on the port side, so we've got this big opening dining table, and that will drop down. You'll see some sockets in the floor there, be made into an occasional third bed when needed for extra guests on board. We have a look behind the door here. There's a drinks cupboard in the bottom, and up top here all the lighting controls, AV, so main systems on the boat, falls to hand. There's no crawling around the bottom of a cupboard. Sunseeker CM8 system here, so we've got displays for things like shore power systems, a number of generator hours, so it's saying 23 hours on generator, very little. Water systems drain down, winterized at the moment, so that's why it's flashing up. But it's a monitoring system also with an alarm up on the dashboard, and again the same fusion head unit here with the DVD player linked to the TV, and another docking station there. See the control up there for the Eberspacher diesel heating system. So say we've got outlets down here and up in the cockpit. Detail wise, see lovely stainless steel and chrome fittings throughout. So we've got lovely LED feature lighting up here in the ceiling, as well as these great skylights. So let a lot of natural light down into the accommodation. Corner galley here in the starboard aft side, so we've got a good size, find the right way to open that. So we've got a good size freezer compartment, lots of storage, factory crockery, Robert Welsh cutlery here. If we have a look up the top, you'll see the Royal Dalton crockery set, and then in the middle here, say microwave oven, and a 2-burner electric hob top there. So all the facilities you need for a weekend on the boat. Looking across opposite the saloon, we've got good sized Samsung TV here. That's a control there for your air conditioning system. Lovely featured Bengay panel there, just to mix the wood up so it's not too heavy with one colour. We look forward, so this is the master cabin forward, centerline island double bed. Lovely leather panels here around the bolster. Again, wood floor in the cabin, so very practical if you're not one to take your shoes off. Storage either side here, high level lockers, so these run all the way down both sides of the bed, making it very practical. Even on a dim day like we are here today in Poole, we've got a skylight up above that lets some light in, and we've got these big hull windows hidden behind the blinds. Show you on the other side here where we've got this beautiful Italian stainless steel opening port light, as well as of course the bonded in full glass windows. Great size wardrobe, say with some storage drawers underneath. You see the outlets here for the diesel heating system, and over on the other side is their second wardrobe. So they really have utilised the space very well for those wanting to stay on board for a few days at a time. And of course, as per the other areas on the boat, we've got the same Fusion DVD, the docking station there, and of course a little Samsung TV up on the bulkhead there, speakers up in the ceiling. So it's a very high spec boat. Other than the high-low platform on the back, she's got pretty much all the factory options that were available. The bathroom itself, heads compartment here on the starboard side of the boat, has a Jack and Jill access, so we can go in here directly from the master cabin. Got a good sized shower compartment there with a pull-out handle. So wood floor, practical and easy to keep clean. Electric vacuum flush toilet system. They put an outlet in there with a heating system to help dry wet weather gear. And we've got storage up above those glass mirrors, of course a nice sink and what have you. It's a usable space, say with a second door here which goes through to the saloon, so that will act as your day head access or also for that second cabin in the middle of the boat. If we work aft now through the door here to the right of the steps, we've got access through into the guest cabin. So this runs transverse across the boat, and we've got 2 single beds here which have a track in the floor. You see the heaters in here just to keep the damp out through the winter. The track allows this forward bed here to my left to slide aft, and that then gives you a full-size double, and hidden underneath the bed there at the headboard end is a continuation of that bedside table, so makes it practical as a double cabin. Again, LED lighting, this huge expanse of glass. Some owners do actually use this as a master cabin if they haven't got guests on board and need the facility of that direct ensuite access. Actually, you do get, whilst the headroom a little bit restricted in here, you do get a huge bed and lots of space for storing clothing and what have you. This owner's selected to have an additional mattress placed on top of that sideboard there on the port side of the boat, so it does give you sort of 3 kids beds if you want. Easy enough to take out. There's a nice wooden worktop underneath that if you want to use that space just for a couple of adults. Of course, loads of storage, a stereo system there again, and a good sized wardrobe. There's a black water tank for the toilet system. That's pretty much it, covering the main aspects of the boat. If you were taking this to the Med, of course you'd need a passerelle which can be retrofitted centre mount on the back, so also that would give you facility for lifting tenders if you needed to, but pretty much everything else is there ready to go. So she's on the market at the moment at £339,950 tax paid. I say one owner boat, very clean, lying ashore here in our yard at Sunseeker Poole. Of course, we have a full library of photos, factory spec sheets, etc. for the boat. So if you'd like to know any more, my name is James Lumley from Sunseeker Southampton. My mobile is +44 7747 686 587, or you can email me at james@sunseekersouthampton.com and I can send you the extra information we have. Hope you've enjoyed the tour today. If you're looking for something a little bit larger or smaller, of course, Sunseeker Brokerage have more than 200 boats for sale across the network, so please get in touch, tell us your requirements, and I'm sure we can find something to suit. Thank you.